Hi guys, how you doing? Hope all well. Happy Wednesday it is. Oh God, we're not even a quarter of the way through the international break. God, these pesky international weeks getting in the way of football just when things are getting good. I think for Newcastle, probably coming at the wrong time. Anyway, you can probably see I'm inside St James's Park today, doing a little bit of filming with the Newcastle women's team. Of course, they play here on Sunday against Southampton. Already over 10,000 tickets sold. No men's game this weekend, so yeah, a championship match here at St James's Park. They're hoping to break the record for a women's championship game, which stands I think at just over 15,000 for the Sunderland Newcastle match earlier this season. So been speaking to both Becky Langley and Demi Stokes this afternoon, but just a chance I think for me as well just to reflect on the weekend Newcastle win for the men's team at Nottingham Forest. I wasn't at the match on Sunday. I was told it was too far to travel, but then I got sent to Rangers against Hearts, so I thought nice for me to go and see my team Hearts against the team I used to work for, Rangers, up in Scotland. But God, that would get football stopped. Horrible to watch. It was not a good game of football, not enjoyable, and I sat, once I got up there and watched Forest against Newcastle second half in the car park at Ibrox on my phone. So yeah, it's not all glamorous. You're not always there reporting on it, and yeah, Forest was too far away, but Glasgow was close. There's probably only 15 minutes difference. But anyway, let's not moan too much. It wasn't a good match to miss, I have to say. It would have been good to have been there and seen that and report on that. But just a few thoughts really from the weekend, I suppose, for you guys to digest and think about as we're in the international break. I know it's going to be a long 2 weeks. Look, it just feels to me like it's come at the wrong time. Newcastle have got the wind in their sails now, and it felt like you just really needed to keep those games coming, because things beginning to look up, and there's a lot to be said for patience. There wasn't a lot of patience, I think, a few weeks ago from certain quarters due to results, and I think that patience is now being rewarded by Eddie Howe's players with really improved performances, and improved performances from the big players that I think we all questioned recently to an extent. The likes of Isak, Gordon, Bruno, JOELINTON as well have all stepped up in the last couple of matches, and I think that is the reason why Newcastle have won 3 in a row against top opposition in the shape of Chelsea, Arsenal, and then Nottingham Forest away. That was as tough a fixture as you could have asked for on Sunday, and to go there and win so comfortably in the end says everything about where the team is at right now. So I wanted to just say a couple of things about the performance. Obviously it was very pleasing on the eye in the second half, and you know, it's augurs well for the future. But I've said a couple of times, I think I actually said in one of these videos a couple of weeks ago, that I don't see why Eddie didn't try JOELINTON on the wide right. I know everyone thinks his best position is wide left, and I think Eddie's come around to thinking that as well. He can come in, dovetail really well with Joe Willock there, but I just feel when you've got Anthony Gordon in the team, Anthony Gordon wants to play wide left. You can see he's more comfortable there. You can see that it almost looks to me as though Eddie's probably had to have a word with him to try and talk him into playing on the right to help him out temporarily. But I think long term Gordon wants to play on the left, and as well as I think he's good on the right, and he put in an amazing cross just there it was to Alexander Isak for that thumping header against Arsenal a couple of weeks ago. Although he's good there, although he can play there, I personally think he could probably do a real job there if he sort of accepted it and got on with it, because it's great to see a winger going down the outside and crossing like that. We hardly see that now. Although I think he'd do a good job there, I think if you asked Anthony Gordon, I think he's got his heart set playing wide left, and probably his second favourite position would be through the middle. So how does he work that in? And you've got to remember, you've got Harvey Barnes wanting to play there, and he showed in the last sort of 15-20 minutes on Sunday just what he could do there, as if we didn't know already. And I just think he's a great player to come on in the second half. He's so quick, bundles of energy, and can change a game with his directness. But anyway, back to my point, how can you get Anthony Gordon into that left position but also have JOELINTON in the team? Well, you can drop JOELINTON into midfield and play him alongside Longstaff and Bruno, or Tonali and Bruno, or Longstaff and Tonali, whatever you decide. But then you've not got Joe Willock in the team, and clearly Eddie loves Joe Willock, loves that he brings something different to the team, loves his legs, loves the fact he gets up and down the pitch and he gets himself in the box and scores goals. Now I know Sean Longstaff does that as well, so much so I normally have him one first goal scorer in most games, but I would say of Newcastle's midfielders, Willock is probably the most likely to score, just due to his drive and runs into the box. So how does he do that? Well, Tonali's the one that's missing out at the moment, but for me, and I've said it already, and I'm glad to see Eddie tried it on Sunday, and for me it worked the way JOELINTON scored, was play JOELINTON wide right. He's right-footed, he'll dip in, he'll come in and help the midfield out, and he can also get up and support the striker as well. He's right-footed, yes, he's not going to cut. I was about to say the other day, it's not like he cuts inside and shoots anyway, and then he just did exactly that on Sunday. And I was just about to say there again, it's not like, it's not like he cuts inside and shoots. Well, he does, because he did that on Sunday, and he showed he has got a left foot. So I think they should persist with that for a while. I think it just gives so much more sturdiness, so much more balance. It gives them more defensively with JOELINTON in that position, because it almost gives them an extra midfielder, because he gets back so much, he digs in so well. I think they continue with him wide right. Obviously Isak through the middle, and it allows Gordon to play in the left, or Barnes, but obviously Gordon's your number one pick, but Barnes a great option off the bench. He is going to have a problem moving forward, I think, with those two, because Barnes showing what he can do. They both want to play. I don't think Barnes is the option. I don't think he's the option wide right, but I think if you play JOELINTON there, it gives you the balance in midfield, it allows you to play Willock, it allows you to play Longstaff, and it gives you a player who kind of goes between the two, because it felt to me that having JOELINTON back in there as one of the three was not helping the team. And it also then allows you a good option off the bench, whether that is Barnes or whether it wouldn't be Gordon, but if, perhaps in a cup match or something like that, potentially Gordon. It just gives you an attacking player rather than another midfielder, rather than a Willock coming on. It gives you like a Barnes who can come on and open up a defence. So it was really good to see that. Not saying Eddie Howe's listening to me, of course he's not listening to me, but I just felt that it was really, really good to see that worked out, and the fact that it was capped by a JOELINTON goal just confirms it. A couple of other things I wanted to say. Sean Longstaff is pretty much now undroppable. I mean, that record is incredible that he's got in midfield at the moment. And although he's probably not the most flashy of Newcastle's midfielders, clearly it shows that there's a place there for a workaholic midfielder, someone that just covers every blade of grass and gives guys like Bruno and Tonali, when he came on the platform, to play. So brilliant that someone like Longstaff is, for me, finally getting the credit he deserves from the Newcastle supporters for this amazing record that the team have got when he is in the starting 11. Also Tonali, I wanted to say, I thought when he came on, he was excellent. What I really liked was he was involved in both of the goals, the 2-1 and the 3-1. He obviously had the assist for Harvey Barnes' goal. And look, he will be disappointed he's not playing, but there's no denying that the team are doing better with Sean Longstaff in there ahead of Sandro Tonali. And it says everything for how well Longstaff is doing and how important he is that he's keeping out a £55 million Italian international, and not just any Italian international, probably their best player, certainly their best midfielder. So it says everything for the Geordie lad, and you have to say he's unlucky that with all the call-offs for the England squad, he's not in with a shout of getting a call-up, because he has been immense this season and continues to impress. But look, I think for Tonali, it's not ideal for him being on the bench right now, but I just think the way he comes on, I think even in a tight 1-0 game or a 2-1 game, he can come in, he can keep the ball, he can kill a game. And then that's exactly what he did on Sunday. He wasn't so much keeping the ball, but he passed at the right times, and he stretched the game and allowed Newcastle to coast to a simple win. So look, things looking up. West Ham next at home. Eddie's got 2 weeks to sort of obviously work with the players, those players that are left, but a good game to come, followed by Palace away, and suddenly things, it's amazing, you put a couple of results together and suddenly things start looking up. And that's why I think that win here against Chelsea in the Cup a couple of weeks ago was almost one of the most important matches of the season, because it gives you a cup match to look forward to next month, something on the horizon, potentially a semi-final, and for me it's just kept the mood of the place bubbling along when it was really desperately needed, with results being a bit patchy. So that result was huge, patience has been huge, and Newcastle carry on, and I imagine you guys are just desperate to get back to this place against West Ham in what, 12 days time? Seems a long time to go, but the good thing is that's the last international break now until March, so we can all concentrate on Premier League football moving forward. Anyway guys, while I was in here I thought I would just send a little update, little post, leave your comments below. It's good that we're talking about positive things regarding Newcastle United team. Okay guys, speak to you soon, take care, enjoy the rest of your international break.